It's the style of coaching that I'm trained in, and it's all about the power of our mind. So I'm going to allow time for questions at the end, so if there's anything you're dying to ask me, make sure you're making note of that. And I just want to reference the cards on your table. There's some random looking cards on your table, and I will explain what they are for at the end, so just put them to one side. Also, there's no PowerPoint slides, it's just you and I, we're going to have a conversation. Well, there'll be one slide at the end. So you have the power to choose. And I don't mean you chose cancer, so I'll just get that out of the way. I know no one chose cancer. But I want to talk about this concept of the power to choose. You know, there's been so much information at this forum. You've heard from leading experts in a range of fields. You've talked to people who've been diagnosed with blood cancer and other carers too. And outside of this forum and outside of this room, there are many specialists, doctors and nurses who will advise, prescribe, guide and inform your journey with illness. There are family, friends, work colleagues, clients who are dealing with illness. Just can break it down. So not only are you dealing with illness, but then there's the day-to-day stuff like you're still a person and you're a husband and a wife, maybe you're a parent, a boss, you're an employee and many other roles you have. From my own life, it's like you're simply having to react to whatever's happening with your illness. But you have the power to choose. And again, I don't mean that you chose cancer, because let's be honest, who would do that? But you have the ability to make a choice about how you view the situation, about how you view yourself, and about what you do. No one can take that power away from us, that power to choose. Feeling empowered to make your own decisions can make the world a difference, because who likes having people telling them what to do all the time? If you're anything like me, that just puts my hackles up, and I will dip my toes in. You know, we've become part of this exclusive, albeit not that desirable, group of people who've been diagnosed with cancer. And it plunges us into this whole new world that you really didn't think you'd ever need to know about. And it's like life can be consumed with illness, with fighting and battling, with fear and exhaustion. But does it mean that you have to focus on just that? What about living well, living life, doing what you can to enjoy simple pleasures? What are you choosing to focus on? Now, there's no right or wrong, and I'm certainly not here to pass judgment on anyone or any choices. I simply want you to think about this and make a conscious choice. Are you consumed with cancer and being patient, or are you a person diagnosed with cancer who is living as best you can? So, yes, we've been diagnosed with cancer, and yes, there are plenty of experts and well-intentioned people offering advice. And yes, there's a whole stack of words like fight and battle, and anyone who heard me speak last year will know how passionate I am about words. But we can end up focusing on what we can't do and on that constant battle and fight. You may have been diagnosed with an illness, but you haven't become that illness. You're still a real person. And here's the reason why I think this is really important, and it's not just a theoretical skill from a life coach. As a person who recognises and uses their power of choice, you are in an empowered position. While you cannot change that you have an illness, you get to choose how you view yourself in the situation. You get to choose what you think, do, and say. But when people don't use that power of choice, they often feel helpless and hopeless, pushed around by whatever's happening, by whatever's being said. So I don't know about you, but I found that there are a lot of people who have an opinion on what I should do. But have you noticed how tiring and exhausting it is listening to everybody and taking on board all that feedback and then thinking, what am I going to do with it? So an example of using your power of choice is choosing who you listen to and take advice from. You don't have to listen to everyone. Who are your people? The people you choose to listen and take advice from. That's an example of using your power of choice. because there's always going to be more things than we've got the time or the energy for. Being able to filter what comes your way is really useful because it's going to manage your energy. And in the resilience workshop this morning, we talked about that energy meter. And we've only got so much energy, so choosing what deserves your energy. So when I was unwell, one of the filters that I used was to create a vision for what high quality health looked like. And for many people, they'd kind of laugh and say, but you're sick, how can you be thinking about high quality health? And so for me, it was about, if I got up that morning and cleaned my teeth, and maybe had a cuppa in the lounge, and then I went back to bed and slept, then that was doing what I could to support my quality health. So I focused on what it was that I needed to feel as well as possible in any given day. So that vision helped me assess anything that came along. If somebody had a suggestion about a treatment option, and there are a range of treatment options, and well-intentioned brings in me random websites for all sorts of things. Like, no, it didn't align with my vision for quality health. I knew who the experts were that I was listening to. I knew what supported me well. I used it as a filter to try and get rid of some of that noise and clutter and just everything that comes at you. So Sir Peter Blake was well known for this question. Will this help the boat go faster? Maybe you've heard it. And you know, whenever someone came up with an idea to do with the boats, rigging, I'm not a sailor, so I'll get the terms wrong, but you know, anything to do with the crew, the detail of the boat, the first question was always, will this help the boat go faster? So for me, when anything came to me, it was, will this help me move towards my vision for quality health? So what's your filter? What's your question for assessing everything that's coming at you so you don't try and take it all on? Because it's exhausting and it's not helpful for you. So even with this filter in place, you still don't have to leap into action because someone said you've got a choice about what you do next. You know, when we're ill and talking with other people and come to realise that we sometimes feel like we don't have a choice, that we simply have to do what we're told. And there are absolutely some experts we want to listen to, but you can still ask questions, you can still ask, you can still assess, you can still think about things, and you can make a choice. So you've heard a lot of information here at this forum. You've reconnected with friends, you've met some new people. You have a choice about what you take away with you now. Because here's the thing, I think we can all agree on. You cannot action everything you heard today. You won't even have agreed to everything you heard today. So what will you give your precious attention, energy, and focus to? Because you really do know what's right for you. But we often do things because others say so. And they must surely know what they're talking about, especially if they're experts, and I am in no way running down the experts. But how often have you found yourself doing something that just didn't sit well? Have you ever done something that didn't feel right? But everyone's going to say it, the specialist, the doctor, the nurse, the person you were sitting next to on the bus, the person with the same illness as you, the next door neighbour, Google said it, a friend of a friend said it, you heard it on the radio, you saw it in the magazine, so it must be the right thing to do, right? Well, here's the news. I reckon you're the best person to know what's right for you. You don't have to accept what others say you should do if it's not right for you. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're medical experts. But think about, for those of you who were here last night, think about what David did to his room. Do you remember that every time he went into hospital, he created a theme and he used overseas travel? So he used his power to choose what would help him in the situation. So that's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to dress up in the country's theme that weekend with fancy hats. But if you can take from that the inspiration of what is it that I need, because I know me best, how can I cope best with what I'm going through? For him, it was choosing an overseas destination. So what is it for you? What will help you? But here's the thing, You might have noticed this as well, that when you get diagnosed with an illness, and it's a pretty big moment, there's not a lot that prepares you for that news. We can forget what matters to us, and we forget our own strengths and our skills. And it's understandable because, there's so much coming at you, there's all the emotion, and we can hand over a bit of our own power without even realising it. I think there's much we can do to help ourselves. And that's what I really want to emphasise today. Let me take you back in time. About 18 years ago, I was in a hospital ward in Auckland with 3 women who were really scared. We were there because we all had really significant vascular surgery. And those women, they were really scared. They'd been in hospital for weeks, and they weren't expected to go home anytime soon. And when I talked to them, they shared that they didn't understand what was going on, they didn't know how they were doing, and they didn't know what the doctors were saying to them. And that was my moment. And I realised I needed to get off the sidelines. So this was my sidelines moment. I'd had my surgery the day before, and looking and talking with these women, I realised that I needed to take charge of my life. So I thought about what I needed. I needed to know how the surgery had gone and what the immediate situation was. I needed to know what the medication was that I was being prescribed and why I was being prescribed. And then we could talk about whether I actually needed it or whether it was just a stock standard approach. Having visitors was exhausting, so I asked that just my dad came and he kept everyone informed. Now for me, this was a big moment because I'm a chronic people pleaser from way back, and I would have just done what people told me. And I would have just gone, yeah, okay, just tell me where I need to go. But I realised that my people pleasing wasn't going to help me now, and I needed to take charge. And that was the lesson that stuck with me when I was diagnosed with cancer. Because although we can't control the outcome, there was a lot that we can do for ourselves. So like you, I'm really grateful for everyone who supported me, family, friends, work colleagues, clients, the medical and health professionals. But I couldn't just do things because someone told me. I discovered my voice and my strength to ask and to use my power to decide what was right for me. Because here's the thing. Like you, I may not be an expert on cancer, but by crikey, don't give me a lot. But I'm absolutely 100% the expert on me. And no one is better qualified to know you than you. And this really needs to be a partnership, doesn't it? We've got all these amazing medical experts who can bring their knowledge to the table. We need to bring our knowledge ourselves to the table and really participate in this team approach to supporting our health and being as well as possible. So look, I'm not here to pass judgment on what you do or don't do, but I really want you to know that you have a choice and that it's okay to choose because you know what's right for you. So because you're so good at participation, I've got another wee activity for you to do. I'd love you to turn to the person next to you in a moment because I've got some questions. What or who has inspired you at this forum? What information or message do you most want to remember as you leave? So what or who has inspired you at this forum? What information or message do you most want to remember as you leave here today? Please I invite you to share with the person next door to you in response to those questions.
options, different options. So, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I know Imogen's great. She's a red light. Maybe all hematologists are red light. That'll be a bit trying for us. Yeah, 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 that's right. Yes, that's right.
Thank you for sharing with someone what you'll take away and what's inspired you. Because it's been a big day, it's a big day with it. So, thinking about what's inspired you and what you'll take away, I really want to encourage you to think about the action you'll take from here. And small steps really make a big difference. But I think small steps get underrated sometimes. We think that unless we're doing the whole hog in one step, it's not worth doing. Didn't need to bother getting out to do that. But small steps make a huge difference. And so let's explore some small step stuff. If I suggested you go out tomorrow and climb Mount Everest, would you be able to do it? No, we're not necessarily secretly practicing the I was going to ask you. No, of course you would, because you probably haven't been preparing for the last year or however long it takes to climb Mount Everest. And I notice this time and time again, and maybe you've done it yourself, that when people get new information or they feel inspired, they race out and do the equivalent of trying to climb Mount Everest. So without doing any preparation or even knowing if it's the right mountain for you, because let's be honest, Mount Everest is not a nice mountain. Something much smaller would be my style. And we try to take some mighty huge step. So then, no surprises that when we try and take these big steps, we don't succeed. And then we get into the negative self-talk. I'm no good, I was never going to be successful, that was too huge, and we start to pull ourselves down with our conversation. So that initial enthusiasm dwindles fast, and often more than not, we give up. We start on out. We tell ourselves it was too hard, they're never going to be achievable. Maybe you've experienced this before with any goal, with anything you try to do. You set yourself up this Mount Everest size action, only to feel the disappointment of not being successful. Now imagine that same scenario but with a twist. You've got some new information, or you're feeling inspired by something. Only this time you stop for a moment, you breathe in, and you think about how you want to be living, your vision for your life, for your health, and you ask yourself if this new thing could be useful. If the answer is yes, it passes through that first gateway, the first of your filters. And just like Sir Peter Blake asked if this would make the boat go faster, You too can ask if this new piece of information will help you, and is it worthy of your attention, energy, and focus? Then it's time to start thinking about action. And again, rather than viewing it as a giant step, we want to look at some small achievable steps. And if you doubt the power of taking small steps, if you think about something like a snowball that starts with a single snowflake, it heats up some other snowflakes, and together they start to move down the mountain. Moving slowly, at first they build inside the snowflakes, gather up, and the snowball builds, momentum grows, and the snowball gains speed, going faster and faster as it continues to grow. It's the power of starting small and continuing along the journey. As you think about what you've heard and learned at the forum, what most deserves your attention, energy, and focus, and I know I keep saying it, and I can sound like a stuck record with that sometimes, but I think it's a really useful question to ask because we don't have the energy for anything or everything. Maybe you want to leave here and remember how good it felt to be in a room full of people who've got what you're going through. You may want to remember the feeling of being understood and supported. Maybe there was something one of the speakers said that you wanted to find out some more about. Or maybe there's something you absolutely know you want to do and you're 100% into that. Whatever it is for you, what do you think about what it is you'll do when you leave here? What is it that you'll do when you're outside of this room? Because here's the thing I also know. If we can break things down into small actions, that's a really good first step. But there's a few things that might trip us up. And I want to talk about 3 of them in case I'll help you out. Sometimes we don't believe we can do something. Sometimes we don't use our strengths and our skills to our advantage. And sometimes fear stops us in our tracks. So let's start with beliefs. This is also a favourite topic of mine. So whether we believe we can do something or not has a huge impact because your beliefs will help you or hold you back. The interesting thing about beliefs is they're statements about what you believe to be true. They're not facts. Beliefs are not facts. But when we repeat something often enough, it becomes like a fact to us, and that's how we treat it. So I'll give you some limiting beliefs and see if you recognise these. I can't cope. I'll never do it. This is too hard for me. You've heard those before, or maybe even said them. They're pretty common, aren't they? They're pretty common phrases that get used a lot. Now, beliefs become so embedded that we don't realise how often we're using them or how they dominate. So when somebody repeatedly tells themselves they can't do it, what happens? They can't do it, or they don't even try. We literally talk ourselves into not taking the action or not succeeding. So each time we repeat those limiting beliefs, I can't cope, I'll never do it, this is too hard for me, and those are just a few small examples. We're actually shaping what we do or don't do. Here are some empowering beliefs. I can cope. I can do it. This is new and unfamiliar, and I'll take it one step at a time. And you'll notice that there's a difference in how you feel. And I think the best way I can explain that, and we talked about this in the resilience workshop, is to think about the weather. So in winter, when it's grey and wet and cold, days and days on end, you just feel like you withdraw into yourself and you kind of get pushed down by the weather, and you just don't feel as vibrant and as energetic. So you notice that with the kind of the winter? Yeah, I'm seeing some nods. But then when the sun comes out, it's like you expand and things can feel better, simply because the weather invites us to be more open, to maybe get outdoors. It's the same with beliefs. I can't cope. I'll never do it. This is too hard for me. It's like that winter weather. It drags us down. Whereas I can cope. I can do it. This is new and unfamiliar, and I'll take it one step at a time. It's like the sunshine experience where we open up and you feel stronger. Those beliefs are shaping what you do and say. They're really incredibly powerful. So think about someone you know who always seems to be grumpy. Maybe there's a few people in the room. You start getting some looks. And you know, everything they say is negative. The weather's never right. No one ever does the right thing. Nothing ever works out well. And every silver lining has a dirty grey cloud attached to it. You know, those are reflecting beliefs. And that's creating that person's reality. It's making them grumpy and the world seem like a really harsh place. But then when you think about maybe someone who's a bit more positive, they've achieved some success in some area of their life or business, they might say things like, I can do it. I'm giving this my best shot. Well, things didn't work out as I expected, so I tried again. And every cloud has a silver lining. Although having seen that presentation this morning with Ian, with his gold cloud, I think I want a cloud with a gold lining. So those small and insignificant words like can, can't, do, don't, never, and always that we use often, many times a day, they're actually having an impact on what we do and say and how we feel. So become aware of what you're saying and how that's affecting you, because you will start to notice how your body responds. That wintry weather, pulling back, the sunshine, stepping forward. Here's another reason why we're not successful when we take action. We don't use our strengths and skills to our advantage. When you're smart and you're capable, you've got a lifetime of experience and a whole heap of strengths and skills. But we don't always use them. In fact, we can even forget about them. Forget everything through an experience, and then when you're at the other side, you kind of look back and you go, oh, why did I do that? Or, why didn't I think to use that skill or experience I've had? We don't think about them necessarily in the moment because we're trapped by the impact of the emotion. So I know what it's like firsthand to be diagnosed with a serious illness. And amongst that, as well as a serious illness diagnosis, I've been through redundancy, set up a business, been through treatment, and then I went through separation in the space of 4 years. So I became really aware of my language and what I was doing to support myself. And I drew on every skill and strength that I had and then some. Please don't underestimate what you can do to help yourself. Draw on your strengths and skills, of which there will be many. In New Zealand, we've got this damn tall poppy syndrome. We tend to knock each other down and knock ourselves down. So I'd love to give you one of David's cancer permission cards to bring out all those strengths and skills and have a good look at them, shine a light on them, because you never know how they could be useful now. And if you're thinking, but I don't have any, and I find that's quite a common response. Here's some examples. Love to read, add that to your list. If you enjoy cooking, knitting, researching, talking with friends, writing, painting, gardening, you're trained as a scientist, you're a teacher, you've worked in office administration, like any role and anything that you've got skills in, write it down and have a look. Have a look at what you have to offer. And, if you're thinking, well, I'm a stay-at-home parent or I don't have a qualification or I've never worked outside the home, well, the skills that you have. I'm not a parent, but I take my hat off to people who can corral small children, get them out the door, and some semblance of timeliness, and wisdom, all that kind of thing. So please don't underestimate your experience and your skills and what you have to offer. And again, we've got these amazing medical experts, and you've seen some of the research that's going on and some of the skills that we've got out there. The more you know yourself, the more you know your strengths and skills and you can bring it to the table, the combination and the power of that, that's phenomenal. So please don't underestimate those strengths and skills to help yourself. When I was diagnosed with lymphoma, I did something that some of my friends said was a little bit geeky. So I had a background in strategic and business planning, so I wrote a health plan. So I had a vision and some objectives and so on, but that was my strength, that was my skill. So So I brought that out to play. I love to write, so I journaled. I enjoy learning about nutrition, so I found a nutritionist who I could work with, and we sorted out what I would eat. And, I just really drew on the skills that I had. And it might sound obvious, but often we forget about those things that we know and those things that we're good at. I think it was David last night mentioned that awkward moment when people are asking if you want help and what you want them to do. So just carrying on the strengths and skills for a moment, let them play with their strengths and skills. Because that's amazing, because you'll benefit from whatever they bring to the table. It perhaps might be complementary or add to your own ability to keep care of yourself. I had friends who were music fans, so they created their playlist for chemo. And they felt really, valued and special because I was connected with them at every chemo session with the music they'd chosen for me. My mum and dad both had green thumbs, so they grew extra veggies for my juices, smoothies and soups, which was fantastic. And my brother's wife had been diagnosed with breast cancer a few years before lymphoma, and he was my go-to person if I needed to talk about test results and being neutropenic because he didn't panic. He understood the language. So I chose to talk to him about that rather than other people who couldn't cope. I've got 5 minutes. That never happens. I always go too quickly. So, good that we're on the last section. I probably won't get to talk about fear as much as I would like to, but fear is natural. Fear doesn't go away. We don't wait until we're not feeling fear. Fear is just a trigger to say you're about to do something new and unfamiliar. It's like a checkpoint. You can just recheck and say, am I happy with what I'm about to do? And if I am, I can proceed. And if you decide it's not actually for you, then you stop. So fear is natural. There is no one who doesn't feel fear. It's what you do in response to fear that matters. So I'm going to quickly wrap up. Wow. So again, thank you, Leukemia Blood Cancer New Zealand, and all of you in this room. What an amazing event today, such an incredibly supportive community. We talked about the power to choose, and I know you didn't choose cancer. None of us did. None of us would. But you get to choose how you view yourself in the situation and what you do next. At times, illness can be overwhelming, life can seem impossibly hard, and you'll feel as if you can't control anything. And you're right. One of the greatest lessons I think we can learn is that we can't control everything. You can't change the weather. You can't control the tides to stop the sun from setting. You can't control what someone else says or does. But you've got the power to choose how you respond and what you do next. Using your personal power will be much more powerful than control could ever be. And rather than leaving here thinking you can scale, thinking you need to scale Mount Everest, focus on small actions because they will make a difference. Within you is more courage and strength than you realise. And I know that some days it won't feel like it. So on those days it helps. Please draw on my belief in you because I see your courage and strength. I see the wealth of experience and the skills that you have. I know you have the power to choose, and I know you best. Give yourself permission to take what you need from this forum, whether it's friendship, information, or something to action, and focus on that. Let go of the rest. If, as Sir Peter Blake said, it doesn't help the boat go faster, let it go. Give your attention, energy, and focus to what matters to you, what will help you. Matt, I am almost finished. Those random bits of card on the seat. There's 2 purposes for these. One, I just wanted to let you know about an email address where I put up another website address. I put some information there about beliefs, about creating a vision board, and there's also an ebook with just some information and some tips and some articles that I've written. They're just short things that you can dip in and out of getting some inspiration. And through these cards, you might be thinking, what a cheapskate. It looks like she's used old business cards and other random bits of paper. And to some degree, you're right, not about the cheapskate. But what I wanted to highlight for you is you have skills and strengths to draw on. You see, I could have got a designer to put something together. I could have got something printed, but I went through all my cupboards and all my drawers, and I went, what have I got that will work as a prompt? And I found these other cards and a selection of other bits and pieces. I found some stickers. So I used what I had. I drew on what was already available to me, and I used those. And just in case it isn't a slide, isn't a card, there is one slide with the address on it if you need it. So please, you have the power to choose. What will you take with you? You know what's right. What will you focus on? Small steps make a big difference. What steps will you take? Thank you.
Sorry if I've been overeager. Thank you for speaking from the bottom of your heart and just